Hi, and welcome back to Just Another Stitch. For those that don't know me, my name is Connie, and today I am going to show you how to do the Houndstooth Stitch. The Houndstooth Stitch is the stitch that's done in the red and white on this beanie here. It is a beautiful stitch. It looks way more complicated than what it actually is. If you know how to single crochet and double crochet, you can do this stitch. So you're going to need two different colors of yarn for this tutorial. I am using Premier Anti-Pilling yarn. This is a 4-weight yarn, and this is Cappuccino, and this is Seafoam. Those are the colorways. And I am using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. You may want some stitch markers. I like to use stitch markers to mark the beginning and ends of my rows, and scissors and a darning needle to weave in your ends. All right. So I am going to take my Seafoam yarn. Okay, so for the Houndstooth Stitch, you're going to need a multiple of 2 plus 1 for your chain. So let's do a slip knot. Insert your hook. All right, so I'm going to do a chain of 15. So 14 is a multiple of 2 plus 1 would give me 15. All right, so let's chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, so I am going to insert my stitch marker to mark the beginning of the round. I like to do that. I find it just makes things easier. All right, so for row 1, you are going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So skip the first chain, go into that second chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through both loops. All right, now we're going to get into the repeat of row 1, and it is very easy. We're going to double crochet into the next stitch. So yarn over, go through the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops remain, yarn over, go through 2 loops, 2 loops remain, yarn over, go through both loops. Next stitch is a single crochet, so go through the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops remain, yarn over, go through both loops. And that is the repeat. We're going to do it a couple of more times. So let's double crochet into the next chain. And single crochet into the next. All right, and again, double crochet into the next chain. And single crochet into the next. And just keep doing that until you have 1 chain left, and that's where we're going to meet back up. So just keep double crocheting in the next stitch, single crochet in the next. Okay, you should have 1 chain left. So for row 1, we're going to do a double crochet into that last chain. But on the last step of the double crochet, we're going to incorporate our second color. So we yarn over, go into that last chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. 3 loops remain, yarn over, go through 2 loops. 2 loops remain. So put your first color down. Do not cut it. We're going to be carrying it on the next row, which I will show you how to do that. So I got my second color, which is the cappuccino, and I'm going to just wrap it around my hook like this. The end piece is on this side. All right, and I'm just going to pull it through to finish off the stitch. All right, so now I am going to chain 1 and turn my work. All right, so for row 2, it's almost identical to row 1. It's just a few little things that make it different. All right, so I'm going to insert my stitch marker to mark the beginning of the row. All right, so for row 2, you're going to have to carry your first color of yarn when you're working the stitch. And I will show you how to do that. So the first stitch is a single crochet. So you insert your hook into the first stitch. Now take your first color that's connected to your skein of yarn and just lay it over your hook like that. All right? So you just want it on top. You yarn over. You pull through the yarn you're carrying and the stitch. So you have 2 loops in your new color left on your hook. Yarn over, go through both loops. Now you're on the repeat of row 2. And it's the same thing. So you're going to double crochet into the next stitch. And that stitch is actually a single crochet from the previous row. So you double crochet, you go into the stitch, carry your yarn on top. You see how it's on top? Yarn over, pull through 3 loops remain, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. All right, and then you single crochet into the next stitch, and that stitch was actually a double crochet stitch from the previous row. So we're single crocheting, insert your hook, carry your yarn on top, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through both. Now you double crochet, that was the repeat. Now you double crochet into the next stitch. And again, you carry your yarn. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through two loops, yarn over, go through the final 2. Now we single crochet into the next stitch. Go through the stitch, carry your yarn on top your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through those 2 loops. Let's do this one more time. Double crochet into the next stitch. Carry your yarn, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through the other 2 loops. Now we single crochet into the next stitch, and again, carry your yarn on top your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through. All right, and just keep doing that until you have 1 stitch remaining. So double crochet in the next stitch, single crochet into the next. Okay, you should have 1 stitch remaining, and we are going to double crochet into that last stitch. But on the last step of the double crochet, we're going to be going back to your first color, which was seafoam for me. All right, so yarn over, go through that last stitch and make sure you carry your first color of yarn on top your hook. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, go through 2 loops. You have 2 loops remaining. Now grab your first color of yarn. Yarn over and pull through. Now you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And now we're going to start row 3. And row 2 and row 3 are your repeat rows. And basically you're doing the same thing you just did, but you're doing it in your second color of yarn. All right, so we go, well, let's move our stitch marker first. That would help. All right, so we go into your first stitch and we're going to do a single crochet and take your second color and carry it on top. And I'm getting tangled here. All right, like that. You carry it on the top. All right, and then you yarn over, pull through. So you have 2 loops in your new color on the hook. Yarn over, go through both loops. All right, and now we start the repeat of the row. And it's the same thing. You double crochet into the next stitch. Carry your yarn on top of your your second color yarn. Yarn over, pull through. 3 loops remain. Yarn over, go through 2 loops. Yarn over, go through the next 2. Now we single crochet into the next stitch. And again, carry your yarn over the second color yarn. Yarn over, pull through, 2 loops remain. Yarn over, pull through both loops. That's your repeat. You double crochet into the next stitch. And again, carry your yarn on top. And if you notice how I kind of hold it, it makes it automatically go on top. You yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, go through both loops. Yarn over, go through the other 2. But you see how I kind of have it like that? So I go single crochet into the next stitch. And you see how it carries over. Yarn over, pull through, pull up a loop. Yarn over, go through both loops. All right, one more time. Double crochet into the next stitch. And single crochet into the next. And when you carry your yarn, this is another tip where you don't have to weave in the ends. A lot of times you can carry your yarn where you don't have to weave in the ends. I love doing that. But just continue doing your double crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into the next, and we will meet back up when you have 1 stitch remaining. Okay, so you have 1 stitch remaining, and we're going to double crochet into that last stitch. So yarn over, go into that last stitch, carry your second color of yarn on top, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops. Now we're going to grab your second color, yarn over, go through both those loops. Then, so you just completed row 3. And like I said, row 2 and 3 are your repeat rows. So you just keep repeating those rows. So you would then chain 1, turn your work, and do row 2 again. Then you get to the end of the row, chain 1, turn, repeat row 3. And you just keep doing that. And then you finish off when you finish up. But yeah, this is how it looks. Isn't that a beautiful stitch? And you'll notice when you do your rows, you're always single crocheting into the previous row's double crochet stitch and double crocheting into the previous row's single crochet stitch. But yeah, this is the Houndstooth stitch. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's tutorial. And I hope y'all have a fabulous Day. Bye, everyone.